say part one of the mind's liberation is complete. My children are home. So if you hear screaming and shouting and barking dogs in the background, no one is being murdered. We're just ignoring them. Unless there's blood, I don't get involved. All right? Grand little parenting tip for you. If they're not bleeding, they don't need you. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we are gonna just demolish those orcs. Holy mackerel. That's even, wow, that's even better than the last hand. Okay, now remember, counting cards, right? Counting cards. We should be able to figure out what these last 2 cards are, right? So if I remember right, we haven't seen one of our March cards, right? So I do have another March card in there. We went through all of our mana, we went through all of our influence. We've already had a swiftness in there. Okay, so we can kind of have an idea of what's coming up. I'm going to have a little bit of move left. That's great. That's great. Because let's liberate this mind, right? That was our whole reason, and we're going to have to once again generate 3 movement to get in there. Okay. And I think that shouldn't be a problem. I don't see, except we don't have any white. That would have been really nice. It would have been lovely to take those guys out from afar, but I don't have enough of a range attack to do that. I would need a range attack of 4. The white mana, I could get a 3. Improvisation is nice, but it says it'll give me an attack 3, but not a ranged attack 3. So unfortunately, I think what we're going to have to do is go down there. We're going to have to go down there. We are. We don't have any blue mana, right? Remember in the source, let me just bring those over here. For visualization purposes, we have the useless black, a green, and a red. Okay. We have a useless black, a green, and a red. So the red's going to be great for this half of it. But for moving, I think we might have to play swiftness. But it's okay, you know, we can't get to that white attack anyway. So it's a bit of an overkill. But I can play these 2 cards to get me the move 3 to get me back into this mine. And I'd love to take out those raiders. Unfortunately, remember, they have that darn swiftness. So in order to block them, we're going to have to block them at double their value, okay? So they have a block of 3. We're going to need a block of 6 in order to stop them. Okay. And then on top of that, we're going to have to generate 4 attack. All right. So I think I can do this. I think I can do this. Let me think through my options, and then I'll come back and talk strategy with you. Let's clean out this mine. Okay, I think I've come up with my battle plan. I can generate my move here. I need a move of 3 to get into these mines. I have a move of 2 and 2. So let's play these 2 cards for a move of 4, and let's go into these mines. All right. I have a ranged attack 2 here, but I would need a ranged attack 4, and I just can't get it with this mana pool. I need a white. I need a white, but that's all right. That's all right. We can't plink at them with arrows. We're just going to wallop them head on. All right. So first thing we have to do is block them. They are swift, so instead of a block of 3, we're going to have to come up with a block of 6. We can do that. We're going to use our bowmen. Okay, they're going to get us the block of 3. They're going to take care of the first level of block. And then I'm going to play improvisation with determination. Alright? Because determination will only get me a block 2. That takes me up to 5. That's close, but it's not quite. But instead, if it's playing determination. I'm going to use improvisation. It says discard a card from your hand. Let's discard in determination. And that will get me a block 3. All right, so let's discard determination. And these two, between my crossbowman and some fancy footwork here, I'm going to come up with a block of 6. So even though they're swift, we got them. We got them. Okay. Now we block them. Now we get to attack them, and I'm going to call upon my rage. And here I do have this one little red mana from the source. Thank goodness for the red mana from the source. And that will give me my rage of 4, an attack of 4, which is just perfect to liberate our very first mine. So let's just hop over to this scenario really quick, because there are some special rules for when you liberate a mine, and this is going to be helpful later on, I think. I like this part. All right. Whoever defeats the last enemy liberates the mine. Okay. She gets to mark it with her token. Not that it matters, there's nobody else in this game, but you know, I like the idea of marking it with my token. And we're going to gain +1 reputation. If it was a quartile, we'll get 2. Now, these guys are rampaging. Okay, so I'm guessing you still get the rampage bonus for them, right? No, I don't think you do. I don't think they're rampaging. I think they're in the mine. Okay, so I'm just going to give myself 1 reputation point for liberating the mine. All right. However, this is the cool part. Once a mine is liberated, okay, they immediately start producing crystals. All right. So we're going to end our turn on this mine, which means we're going to get, finally, a white crystal into our inventory. All right, our inventory. That's fabulous. Even better, however, at the start of every day or night, we're going to gain a crystal from every one of our liberated mines, no matter where we are on the board. Okay, so for the rest of this game, I have to remember, every day or night, the start of every day or night, I'm going to stick a white crystal into my inventory. Fabulous, fabulous. So this is going to be a cumulative effect, right? The more mines I liberate, the more crystals will be coming my way. All right. So I think I've decided not to call him rampaging. He isn't running around the countryside. He was in a mine. So I'm going to give myself 1 reputation, +1 reputation. I also get to get some experience points and all that other good stuff. So let's pop over to the player board and see what I can do. All right, so let's apply our rewards, shall we? We're going to give ourselves +1 reputation, but I'm not going to call them rampaging, so I'm not going to get a second one. I will, however, take the experience of 3, 1, 2, 3, which means we get to level up. This level up means we get to pick an advanced action and a new skill token. What should we take? Okay, so you know what I'm going to do though? I'm gonna check my skills first, because I'm only going to be able to take 1 of 2 skills, and I've got 1 of 3 here. So let's do the skill token first, and then come back and check out these cards. I think strategically, I think I like that better, so that I'm not doubling up, right, on my abilities. Because if I take, you know, a move card and then my skill is a move, well, maybe I'm going to regret that. So let's do skill token first, advanced action card second. All right, so let's look at skills first. So I grabbed, these were the 2, remember, that were in the common offer from the last time we leveled them. This was our skill we didn't pick, it gave us influence. This one came from the dummy player, and it's a motivational skill. And what it says is that once per round, we can flip our token, we can use our skill, we'll be able to draw 2 cards, and we'll get a white mana. Okay? Here's the thing. I liberated that mine, so once per round, I'm already going to be getting a white mana. And white mana doesn't really help me, right, for fighting.
battling or blocking. Okay, those are my, I need reds and blues. So I'm not so jazzed about mana, about white mana. Influence, again, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of units. I don't know if I want to be upgrading them. So let's look at our next 2 tokens we're going to get. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, all right. All right, all right. So we have +1 siege. We're going into mines, all right? They are not fortified. We might come up across some fortified enemies, but this skill, I just don't think it's going to help me in this game, all right? If it was like more of a, if we were doing more castle, you know, conquering, maybe. But +1 siege, I don't know. I don't know how useful that one's going to be. And this one is, what's this one? Polarization. All right. This is once a turn effect. I can use 1 mana as a mana of the opposite color. Ah! Oh, I like this. Oh, I really like this. I feel like this, I seem to be having problems with mana, right? I'm not getting them in my inventory, and I'm just not generating a lot of them. So being able to do this, to use mana for its opposite color, I want this one. I want this one. And this is once a turn? Once a turn. We're taking this skill. All right, let's add it to our character sheet. Great. And then let's take care of this little area here. We have to, I did not use my green or black. Those are still as they were. My red turns to a white. Okay. Okay. So these are going to go into the common offer with 1 from Dummy. Dummy's going to throw 1 in as well. Man, I don't know what any of those are. Bonds of Loyalty. Looks like a cool one. Well, I don't know if we'll get to it or not. Let's put this back, these back into the common skill offer. We're not going to need them for a while. Reroll that. Ah, right. On to the next turn. 1, 2, 3. It's a blue. Wow. Okay, we paced ourselves well. Dummy still has 1 more card. Let's go take a lay of the land, figure out where we're heading next. I almost forgot. See, I went and took my skill token first. I also get one of these lovely advanced actions into my hand. Okay, I'm not so interested in movement. I think I'm going to be okay there. Magic Talent is so tempting because I do not have any spells. This is a great way to get spells into my hand. The problem is, when I gain a spell with Magic Talent, it goes into my discard pile. Okay? So I'm already on the end of night 2. So if I use Magic Talent on, let's say, the morning of day 2, I'm only going to get to use the spell, what, once? Twice? I don't know if that's worth it. I think if Magic Talent had popped up earlier in the game, maybe I should have taken that earlier. But I'm tempted by Regeneration, mostly because it lets me ready a unit. And I think I like my units to be functioning as opposed to used up and no good. So I think I'm going to take Regeneration. I'm kind of going for a unit heavy strategy here. Okay, so let's slide this down. All right. So I'm going to add this to my draw pile, and then let's go take our last turn. Okay, my last turn at night. Pretty much tapped out here. Got 3 cards left. Oh, yeah, that would have been handy to have earlier. Had the March, we expected that, and the Regeneration, the one we just picked up. Okay. All right. Ah. Okay, well that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Well, you know what? A new day dawns. A new day dawns. We'll just move around a little bit this turn. Let's play March. We have a green mana from the source. That'll give us a move of 3. We have 1 more for 4. So we'll just play this one sideways. That'll give us a move of 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4,
5. Now, it's still night, so that's not going to get revealed. He's rampaging, remember, but we've only just moved adjacent to him, so we're not going to trigger him. I could ready my crossbowmen. Unfortunately, their ranged attack is only 2, which is just not enough to take those guys out. That's okay, that's okay. Maybe we shoot better in the daytime anyway, right? That was a pretty good turn. We got one of our mines liberated. We've definitely sort of cleaned up the back of this map, and I think we can now, we'll peek what's under this mage tower in the daytime. We'll definitely take those little rampagers out. Then we'll head up here and we can reveal more tiles from this space too. So I think I see a pretty clear path for day 2. We made it through the night. We made it through the night. All right. All right. End of round. Let's set up for day 2.